Welcome to this KnowledgeSmart support video where I will walk you through our consolidated data export feature. So here we are in the test side of the platform, and if we scroll down to this area here called data export, the first thing that we'll notice if we look at this drop-down list here is that we can take an export at parent account level or export data for a specific linked account. So by default, all linked accounts will be switched on. So when we click this button here called Run Export, what that essentially is doing is taking an export of all of the data that we have within the platform. And we'll take a look at that structure in just a moment. Just before we open up that data export, let's just take a look at the survey platform and notice that we have a consolidated data export for this part of the platform. And then if we go to Skills Audit, we see the same area, and so this means a consolidated data export is available for each part of the KnowledgeSmart platform. It is this consolidated data export that becomes the data source for our dedicated Power BI templates, whether you're in Skills Audit, Standard Survey, or Assessment mode. Let's now go and have a look at what the consolidated data export looks like for the test mode or assessment side of the platform. So the very first thing that you'll notice when you open up your consolidated data export is that it opens up in protected view. So you want to go ahead and just click Enable Editing at the top there. The next thing you want to do is just reformat your columns so that you can look at the data. So we just go to Format and just format our columns, and then we can have a look at what data is exported. You'll notice that the data export follows the same flow as the user journey. So the first thing that we're looking at is your user and background data. This is then followed by invite history, results, question performance, module performance, training tags, training requests, then moving on to skipped questions, and then we start looking at our groups. So first our static user groups, then our dynamic user groups, and then of course our results groups, so static results group and dynamic results group. And the last tab is the KnowledgeSmart benchmark data. So this is really handy because it really consolidates all of that data for you to then use in a business intelligence software of your own, or plugging it into our Power BI template so that you can start visualizing this data. If we take a look at the consolidated data export from the standard survey platform, which is one of our new additions, we notice that the tabs are named slightly differently to the assessment side, but a lot of the column headers are the same in terms of the data architecture. And what this means is that you would be able to draw from a unique combination of skills data, whether that be from your assessments, your standard surveys, or your skill audits when you're analyzing your data inside Power BI. And we've given a lot of time and attention to structuring these consolidated data exports in the most user-friendly format as possible, and also data-friendly format, so that you're able to use this data in other systems or analyzing it in whatever business intelligence software you prefer. So here, once again, we're looking at the consolidated data export for the skills audit side of the platform, which of course is the data source for our skills audit Power BI template. And the same applies again. The tab headings or tab names are slightly different, but the data architecture is the same. So once again, you'd be able to upload this consolidated data export as a data source and potentially one of the other consolidated data exports and start drawing from any combination of the data fields that are available. So I hope you found this quick video around a data export helpful. If you need any assistance with your data exports or uploading or connecting those data exports to Power BI, please feel free to reach out to us via our support help desk.